Hello everybody, welcome back to Broden Plays Torment, Torment 2. Let's go ahead and take a look here, and see what this chick wants from us. You appear to be transforming into an insect. That's not... You said someone else had my tattoo. Who? Oh, right, a pell lady. She wanted me to fix an artifact of hers, but I couldn't make any sense of it. And that is rare, believe me. I felt sorry for her, to tell you the truth. She seemed sad, like she lost something and was never going to get it back. And she wouldn't say what she'd lost when I asked her. I know I could have helped. You appear to be transforming into an insect. I know, isn't it fantastic? I think it might be caused by the intermingling fields of the Numenera I use to organize my thoughts. Or the ones I'm selling. Maybe all of them? You never know how a variety of ciphers will interact with each other. They are such fun. Tell me about these that you use to organize your thoughts. Oh, it's simple, sort of. She pulls 3 tiny Numenera from her robes, a buzzing bird figurine, a green music box, and a circular spring. I have too many thoughts. If I try to hold them all in one brain, I just stand and drool, you know? So each of these have a slightly different purpose. Which one do you want to hear about? Let's do the bird. Birdie's pretty simple. If I'm running with a great thought I don't have time to complete, I shunt it into her so I can pick it up later. She does make everything smell like berries, though. That's quite interesting, actually. The music box. Jade Box is a tough old lady. If I'm rolling with a more complex line of thinking, I bring her up and she chops the individual ideas and feeds them back to me. I try to use her as little as possible because she gives me headaches. No, what's the opposite? Head eases? Anyway, they're worse than headaches because you can't go around thinking everything's alright. It's bad for your health. The circular spring. That's Rounda. She's a bit scary. I can shunt a bunch of thoughts into her, but she doesn't process them. She just gives them back to me, slightly changed, and infinitely better than when they went in. I try not to use her much. It feels like cheating. Let's see what happens if I ask to buy one. I hate to say no, but I've had them since I was little. They're practically family. Okay, let's talk about something else then. Absolutely! Oh, I'd love to. Complex machines are my favorite, but no, I shouldn't. I'm really behind on work orders this month. This may surprise you, but I'm very, very, very easily distracted. You're better off with someone else, sorry. You're sure you can't help me? Quadruple sure. No, she laughs, and it sounds like a cloud of insects taking flight. I'll do better than that. Tell me anything about this place that worries you, and I'll make it better. That's a guarantee. Part of the city should I see first? All of it! Take it from me. Everything's worth seeing. Even the boring bits. Take your time. Talk to everyone you meet, and keep your eyes open. What should I avoid? Not at all. I heard so many rumors about how the underbelly was ruled by vicious thugs, but when I went down there to make a trade, no one so much as glared at me. Of course, they were probably worried I was going to snip their heads off. But the underbelly is fascinating, and worth the risk. Most everywhere is. Still finding my way. Can I get a discount on your goods? Why not? I don't normally do this, but you strike me as a kindred spirit. I'm almost never wrong on these things, she winks. I'll give you a discount on everything I carry, from now until the last star in the sky collapses. Or, you know, one of us dies. Can't do a thing about that. She laughs again, clearly unworried by the prospect. Okay. Talk about something else then. I want to use that discount we talked about. So she has ciphers, it seems. And usable things. Confers contingent subroutine. The next time this character is reduced to 50% health or less, or any stat pool, Automatically refill health at all stat levels. Kinda cool. Refill health, might, speed, and intellect for all party members. Are these one-time use? I think so, yeah. Deals 20 chemical damage and confers bleeding. Deals 10 points of health on all allies in range. Deals 12 trans-dimensional damage and confers hobble to all characters in range of the target point. First person sector's eye on target, which is minus 30% evasion. Well, just don't care that much. Prata Paja. Interesting. This couple stands together, their shared gaze fixed away from you. No words pass between them. Instead, they share a silent language of tenderness. Their bodies turn suddenly towards each other, forming a private space between them. His hand reaches for hers, and without looking, she claims it. Still looking past you, they smile together. His is a curving line carved in oak. Hers is as unabashed and radiant as a lantern on a starless night. He's so beautiful. I do hope we're a good home for him. What? Turning, you see the object of their attention, a young boy darting between the stalls and playing in the dust. Each distant, exhilarated shout widens their respective smiles and tightens their grip on each other. Aww, is that your son? Yes, he says firmly. He's still watching the boy, but wary stillness has spilled into his posture. She swats his shoulder, and there's more punch than playfulness in it. Not yet, she says. We adopted him, and we're waiting to see how he feels about that. Aren't we, Kellanor? His eyes flicker stubbornly, but he does not respond. Can't thoughts. Go away. Go away. Huh. Well, Kellanor and I, we've been together for how long? Years. Let's see how long this one lasts. What? And we knew we wanted children, so we tried and tried. We tried a lot. Some days I barely had time to put my clothes on before Kel took them off again. Interesting. Go on. Well, there was poor Kel, practically falling asleep on the shift, forgetting his trousers half the time, and me with nothing to show for it but a glow on my cheeks. Clearly, we were working with a barren field, where faulty seeds does run in the family. So we decided to find a child who needed a home rather than getting old trying to make one of our own. That answer your question? I'm gonna need more details. Ha! I like this one, Kel. She hardly blushed at all. She leans in and lowers her voice. We get asked this question a lot, and finally we found that being explicit about the process usually makes the questions just melt away. What brings you here? Norm likes it, Kellanor says. The stern expression around his stern eyes softens somewhat. We don't have much time between shifts, Paja explains. We're money to spend on fripperies, so we bring him to the market when we can and watch him play. It's better than a night at the theater. Kellanor raises, clasps hands, and kisses her bruised knuckles. Huh. Can I talk to just you? Dang it. I'll talk to the boy then. Child skids to a halt and rubs his forehead with a grimy forearm, leaving arrow tracks of dirt across his ruddy skin. Hey, Shuva, he pants, shading his eyes from the sun and grinning up at you. Never seen you before. Call me Shuva, what does that mean? Huh? Jerem says, a cautious light enters his eyes. Really? You've never heard it? Has that changed too? No. A nervous blush colors his cheeks. It doesn't seem like he's afraid of you, though. It's not mean, not really. It's a nickname for adults. He glances at your face and goes for it. Some adults are nice to kids, hey? Pat the head, here's a flower, a bit of Nash, whatever. But some aren't so nice. They curse, they shove us aside when we're in the way. Kids remember shoves more than smiles, right? So, shove. I don't understand. How can a place be so the same but so new? Not always, but it's better than school, hey? And I like watching Zeofi make sculptures. The ones that go sharp and curly reminds me of the monsters on the side of Scarahall? Scarahall, what is that, a building? Yeah, Shava, he says, juggling. It's just a building at the center of town, 1,000 hands tall, with a mural on the side like Zeofi's sculpture, but flat and in purple rock. Don't think you're going to miss it if you're looking for it, hey? Why are you so dirty? I don't know. Paja and Kellinor made me wash twice a day. Guess the dirt likes me, hey? Don't your parents worry about you running around here alone? My parents? You mean Praja and Kellinor? They're watching me until my Mard and Ciro come back for me. Huh? He looking at just as puzzled as when you asked him what hands are for. Mard, Ciro, my parents. You asked me about them. Paja and Kellinor are taking care of me until they come back. It's another one, isn't it? No wonder Paja doesn't like me talking to people. Wariness steals over Jerem's expression, and he bites his lip, as though he fears he has said too much and is trying to hold the rest of his words in. You keep using words I don't recognize. Where did you hear them? His face goes white. I'm not allowed to tell adults about that, or about where I'm from. His gaze steals to Paja and Kellinor, both of whom are suddenly taking a greater interest in your conversation. Don't ask, hey? I'm in so much trouble. I'm not even sure what I did. Don't worry, I know all sorts of secrets. I never tell anyone. That's not a good chance. It worked! Jerem wavers, looking between his adopted parents and the face of his new friend. Finally, he gives up. Alright, I guess I can tell you, but you can't spread it around, alright? Right? Where are you from? Here, Shava, he says, brow crinkling in frustration. I'm from here. Just up and changed without me. I grew up in the Downs. My parents lost their spots on the work chain, and we went to sleep hungry more and more. Neither of them could look at me without crying, he swallows. But everyone in the Downs was starving. Wasn't anything new. People started using the Archway more and more. He pauses, scanning her face. The Downs have changed too. I can see it on her face. What are the Downs? He sighs. If we weren't in the families in the Up, everywhere else was Downs. Inside the wreckage. We dig deep looking for food first, warm second. My neighborhood was inside this curvy spiral. If you've ever seen paintings of a seashell, it's like that. Damn it, what is wrong with this place? Tell me about the Archway. Big thing. Always good smells coming out of it too, like roasting meat and sunny days. I used to watch it, but I was never sure what it was for, you know? And the parents in the Downs never talked about it either. He shrugs without looking at you. Then one morning, I saw Corna, a friend of mine, and her Mard go up. Mard gives her a kiss, sends her through, and Corna never came out again. And what did, though? Food? Ah, no, that'd be cruel for Corna's Mard to lose her girl and gain a meal. But no, it was a metal ring, he says, lowering his voice to a confidential whisper. It didn't look to be worth much, but every once in a while you'd hear Corna laughing. Wherever she was happy, right? He raised his hand to his cheek, then continued. A handful of days pass, and my Mard takes me for a walk, too. Said she'd find me when they'd saved the money, kissed me, and pushed me through it. Woke up outside another Archway, up in Government Square. Paja and Kellinor were waiting for me there. He rubs his nose. They're not so bad, but I keep hoping my parents will stop by to visit. Even if they don't have the money yet, right? He pauses, rubbing at the sudden moisture of his eyes. I try to laugh a lot so they can hear me, though. That is incredibly sad. I'm not going to betray the kid's trust quite yet. I want to save first. Tell me about the door he went through. What's going on? Had to pry, didn't you? Kellinor growls. Calm down, Kel, Paja says, putting her hand on his chest. Stranger, can we convince you to leave this alone, please, for the sake of our family? If Jerem finds out, I'm terrified to think what will happen. I just want to know what's going on here. I won't tell anyone. She bites her lip and searches your eyes. Kelenor's hand slides over her shoulder to cup the back of her neck. Maybe you're true to your word, and maybe you're not. The more we argue, the more likely Jerem will overhear. Her eyes shift to you, weary and despairing. Jerem got here through the House of Empty Time. He comes from Sages, like us, only centuries in the past. That's why his speech is different, why he remembers places that aren't here anymore. She jabs your chest with a callous finger. Keep this to yourself. We'll tell him ourselves when we find a kind way of letting a child know that everyone he knows and loves is long dead and dust. I'll kick the skist out of her if she breaks my little boy's heart. He deserves to know the truth. Yes, he does, Pasha says, but from us, not a passing stranger. Kelenor growls again and Pasha takes his arm. Keep this to yourself, she repeats. Please. Tell me more about the House of Empty Time. We don't know any more than we told you. Find the house's keeper and ask her. Her name was... Trails off, forehead increased.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Your travels have left you more experience, allowing you to advance. This will grant you a choice to improving your statistics, skills, or abilities. To do this, open your character sheet. Alkin Peri, keeper of the House of Time. You might find her in Government Square. Thank you, Kel. I couldn't hold on to a name if it was buried in a bag of shins, Pasha says cheerfully. Anyway, the very moment we decided to adopt, she was knocking on our door. We were nervous, but you can't argue with the results. Alright, I'm saving under a different slot.
Yes.
And I'm going to go ahead and go to my character sheet. Spend your experience points by clicking the plus button next to your experience meter on the left side of the screen. You can choose between 4 advancement steps. When you gain all 4 steps, you increase your tier, unlocking a new selection of abilities and other bonuses. Select one of the following options to spend your experience points. You can select each option once per tier. Increase edge. What's edge even? Increase stats, pools, extra effort, ability or skill. Oh, I have to go with edge, right? Increase edge in the pool of your choice. Ed provides a bonus to all tasks and challenges that use a particular stat. For each point of edge in that stat, you can use 1 level of effort at no stat pool cost. Edge also reduces the activation cost of abilities, eventually making some free to activate. Yep, okay.
I understand now.
1 edge. What up? Look at me being all blue. Yeah. Scientist. Well, this is really creepy. They're right. They're right. I'm a stranger. I'm a stranger.
On it.
I can't be the one to tell them that. Can we take a look at the map? Is there a... I want to see if I can get to the place that they were talking about. Talk about the place of time. Look, it is one of Death Cheater's vessels. Ah, can it be? What fortune, what joy. Casmine will want to see you, vessel, and Vimion too.
Of course.
Oh, they're right here, huh? Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a hard left.
Go.
Yeah, leave the area. I want more red tide. That doesn't sound like me. I'm not a passionate person, but I do like to live in the moment. In video games. You get it? You get it, guys? Glaive. Glaive is a cool name. Is this it? Is this the fountain?
On it.
This fountain is constructed of a material that seems halfway between wood and stone. It doesn't contain water, as might be expected. Instead, it's filled with swarming tiny fish-like creatures that leap and cavort in a wriggling mass, chattering to each other in what sounds like 1,000 different tongues. These are jowlies, nearly harmless creatures that are usually found in clouds above the sea. What they're doing in this fountain is an utter mystery. Catch one! Oh, I did it! Cool. You deftly snatch a single fish from the glistening, tumbling flood. The bubbling mass of remaining creatures squawk together in nonsensical outrage. Nice. Listen to what the creatures are saying. You fold your arms, listening intently until the fish jabber at each other. It sounds like a cloud of nonsense syllables mashed into baby speak. Spend more time. 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 Okay, we can't do that anymore. Let's look at the fountain. The fountain, now that you're looking at it, is unfathomably old. Properly tunnel-like decorations curl up and over the limbs of the structure, as if lapping at the endless stream of creatures within. You take in the surrounding architecture before returning your gaze to the fountain. The structure easily predates the buildings in this plaza and possibly the city. It might even be older than the Ninth World. Ah. Let's leave it alone then.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to... Oh, where'd he go? Glaive. There's a now.
Go.
Where does that go? Your truth. Ladder to the underbelly. Caring of the sorry.
Let's go.
The underbelly is supposed to be fun, I guess, but I might die. Alright, I'm going to talk to you. This woman's expression defies easy definition. It is cool and professional, but focused and interested. She nods at you and claps her hands. I haven't seen you in here before, she says. Her voice is oddly muted. Before we begin, you should understand where we are. She gestures to one of the plant-like structures nearby. This is the Red Thicket. No one can listen in on our conversation here. You can only hear me because I'm speaking to you directly. One of her eyebrows arches suddenly. You are trying to scan my thoughts. You won't find anything in my mind, of course. If I could be undone by so simple a trick, I'd be out of business. She flicks the air near her shoulder, though nothing is there. It's a useful skill nonetheless. People's best secrets are rarely found on the surface, but their thoughts can guide you, if you listen. I expect you and I will have much to talk about. Have you come to trade? Can you read my thoughts? No, if I could, I'd have no need to trade now, would I? Don't worry, I'm a broker, not a thief. Trade what? I'm a knowledge broker, a hunter of information. Come to me with questions, and if I have answers, I will trade them. My pricing is simple, a secret for a secret. The only condition is that it must be one that I do not already know, and I should warn you I know a great deal. How do I know you won't claim you know a secret that you haven't heard before? A fair question, but I don't bother with assurances. You can either judge my honesty yourself, or take your business elsewhere. Sounds like a fair deal. It is, she agrees, but there is something you should know. Anything you choose to tell me will of course be traded to others in due time. In short, if you wish to keep something a secret, don't tell it to me. Good. What information do you need? I'll trade you information for a secret you find interesting. Agreed. What do you offer? I can tell you some secrets about myself. It might. What can you tell me? I am the falling star that appeared in the sky over the city. Her gaze flickers from your body to your hair and then in your hands. Interesting, she says, touching the air above her wrists. But far more interesting for you, I'd imagine, especially at the time. The side of her mouth quirks. Now for your interesting secret, she traces the corner of her lips thoughtfully. Ah yes, the construct known as Master Artisan has been able to repair its eyes for years. It prefers to be blind. Huh, okay. Glaive. What up, dude? Out of the way, scav. Don't call me a scav. I'll destroy you. Aerithor Bran. Pleasure. I'm a merc, head of the Ianthine Spectre Company. What brings you to the Red Thicket? Tell me about this. We do infiltration mostly, he says with a smoothness that implies he's given his speech before. Sabotage, assassinations, assorted hostile recovery. Sometimes the city hires us to handle local threats. Problematic tribes, roaming predators, you name it. Pretty quiet these days. Not like when we got it started. Our first big job was a series of assaults and the endless battle. She looks familiar, that tattoo especially. Can't think why I'd know her, though. What's the endless battle? Really? He says, cocking an eyebrow. Alright, it's basically like it sounds. A fight that's given people like me a solid payday for more generations than anyone could count. As far as I heard, it's a scrap between rival factions of the Changing Gods cast-offs. What about? I couldn't tell you. Getting interested in the why of the war always ends up being bad for business. What did you do? Can't say. Contracts, you understand. All I can tell you is that Chalkedon pays on time, and that's more than I can say for some of the employers I've had over the years. One of the best jobs we've ever had. Come on, you can't tell me anything more than that. We're in the Red Thicket, remember? You got a point. Alright, our objectives involved suppressing information without being seen. We lost more than we could afford, but the Chalkedon made sure we got paid more than our fair share, and really, that's all I'm going to say. Now my turn for questions. It's not just the tattoo that gives you away. I know you, don't I? Where from? We fight together? Fight each other? What is it? His hand drops to a pocket near his hip. Tell the truth now. I'll know if you're lying. Thoughts don't tell me anything. I have to try the direct approach. Try to remember how you know. Aerithor. You or a companion now have edge on one of your stats. Yeah, I know this. 70%. I failed. Well, are you going to tell me how we know each other or not? I have no idea, actually. He stares you down. Something tickles the back of your mind. This is miserable, he says, scratching his head. I'm going to be running your face through my head all day. Thoughts don't betray anything, but I know I've seen her. Read my thoughts? He barks a loud laugh. The only way you know that is if you could read mine, too. Useful skill, isn't it? Most of the time, anyway. Yeah, I mean, it is useful, for sure. That's going to be it for here. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked it, please click the like button. It helps out a great deal, and I will see you next time.